Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to you. You're watching Encounter. We still have a very special guest with us today in the studio of the MBC. We have Dr. Arun, who is the Vice President of the Ramayana Center in Rosebel, with us in the studios of the MBC. Thank you for still being here.
First of all, I say my namaste to everybody, and I thank you, and my namaste to you, Dosha.
We spoke a bit about the Ramayana in the previous episode. One thing that you still haven't told me is, how did this love for the Ramayana begin for you?
Since my childhood, as I told you in my last episode, that all these stories of Sri Ram, Sri Krishna, of the great people of India, I heard from my mother, from my dadi, from my nani. And I always wanted to learn more and more about Ramayana. But due to my academic responsibilities and other responsibilities, I could not go very deep in Ramayana. But when I decided to do my PhD, so then I don't know how the insight came into me that I have to do my PhD in Ramayana. But because fortunately, I'm also a student of Sanskrit, I'm also a student of Indian philosophy and a student of Hindi. So I wanted to take a subject which encompasses all the three areas. And then I took Valmiki Ramayana, which is in Sanskrit, and a comparative study of the ethical values, because ethical values is the field of mainly Indian philosophy. So I took a topic which encompasses all the three areas, as I told you, the ethical values of Valmiki Ramayana, and a comparative study of these values with the values of Ramcharitmanas,
written by
Tulsidas, and their impact on the Hindu society of Mauritius.
What do you think is the most important value that you have discovered through your studies and all over those years?
Truth.
Truth.
Truth. Truth is the foundation of our life. And our Shastras say that even the creation is based on truth. There is a law of truth everywhere prevailing. If that law is not there, even the creation will not be sustained. And even our life cannot be sustained. This is truth. And Sri Ram, Dashrath, Lakshman decided to go with Sri Ram for 14 years. He would have come back after some time, because it was very difficult to live in the forest without any shelter, without any support. You know, they were making their own hut, they were going from one place to another. It was not easy. Lakshman would have decided, okay, goodbye, I'm going, enough is enough. Sita would have done the same. But everybody, they followed truthfulness. So according to me, truth is the basic virtue, basic quality, basic value of Ramayana.
And to our youngsters, what do you think is the most important value that you have discovered?
Yeah, I discovered in Ramcharitmanas, basically, what Tulsidas has emphasized a lot in the whole Ramcharitmanas, it's Sat Sangati. Sat Sangati means communion with good people, association with good people. And according to me, Sat Sangati is not only communion with people, with good people. It is your association with good books. What you read has a lot of impact on you. So you read good books, you watch good films, whatever you do in life, you should have association with goodness, not with badness, not with negative. So how do you develop, how do you imbibe all these good habits in you? When you are learning good things. Good things, how do you learn? By your parents, by your friends. These days, what is happening? We are in bad company. Many times it happens. We are good, but we become bad because we are in bad company and we have learned bad habits. Peer group has a lot of impact. You know that. You were a child, I was a child. So if you are choosing friends who are not teaching you good values, then you are learning what they are doing. And when you are young, very easily you are influenced by others. So it is very important that from the childhood we are in good company, and parents should take care what my child is reading, what type of film he is watching. These days each child, I can say each in inverted commas,
Yes.
I mean most of the children have facility to of internet.
Yeah.
So it is very important, and for me this Sat Sangati is the most important value these days at
Yeah.
present age, because we have accessibility to knowledge.
How would you encourage our youngsters to know more about Ramayana?
We conduct classes
Okay.
at Ramayana Center. As I told you, we publish literature.
Okay.
We have our quarterly newsletter, we have lot of publications, we bring out souvenir magazine, we write articles, we give discourses, we conduct classes. So we have the classes for children also. It is called Bal Sanskar, where we teach them mantras. We explain what does the mantra mean, so that when you understand the meaning, then you
It is empowered.
yeah,
It is
empowered, and then it becomes more meaningful to you. So we teach them Ramayan, we teach them lot of values, and we have classes for elderly people also. So all these activities we have.
My question is, for those that you're giving classes, are those people who have come to the center or who
Yeah.
are willing to learn? What about those who do not come? How do you encourage them?
We are very fortunate that in each corner of Mauritius, we have some centers, not Ramayana Center, but they are Baitkas, they are schools, they are, they are teachers, and we are very fortunate. I always repeat in Mauritius that there are always katha going on in
Yes.
one village or the other. When there is a katha, when there is some activity, religious activity, senior citizens go to attend.
Yes.
Hardly you will find
Youngsters.
youngsters. This is a very, very alarming condition. And if it continues, I do not know what will happen.
So what should be done about it?
When parents are going, when Dada Dadi are going, when Nana Nani are going to attend those discourses, those kathas, they are going in a satsang, they should always take their children with them. Because, even the children are not understanding what is happening there. If they go there and they are listening, those,
They're getting the vibes.
they are getting the vibration, they are learning something. It will go in their unconscious mind. And I tell you, Roshan, this has a lot impact, and it is a lifelong process.
But the thing is, nowadays, even when children come, they're always on their phone in the prayer. They're not even giving attention to it.
So this is the responsibility of parents. Parents have to do their part. We have to discipline ourselves. There are some rules and regulation everywhere. We have to follow.
Should we all try to be like Ram in our lives, in our everyday lives? Because you mentioned in the previous episode that he is the one with the perfect values and
Yeah,
the perfect attitude. Should we strive for this?
Yeah, we should. Maybe we cannot reach to his level. It is very difficult. There is one Sri Ram. I don't say we all can become Ram, we all can become Sita. It is very difficult. But at least we can try. We cannot be 100%. At least we start walking. If we start walking one day, maybe we will reach to our destination. That first step is very important for me.
Fantastic. Well, we cannot mention Ramayana, Ram, without mentioning Hanuman, which is a very popular character in the Ramayana, but also in Mauritius, because in all Hindu houses outside you see Hanuman statues everywhere.
Everywhere. Hanumanji is such a great character of Ramayana. I can say it was Hanuman who is a symbol of selfless service, devotion, dedication. And he was a very knowledgeable person. When his qualities have been depicted, he is called Vidyavan Guni Ati Chatur. Vidyavan, he is full of knowledge. Guni, he has got all the virtues. Guni Ati Chatur, he is very intelligent. But what makes him Hanuman?
That was a line from the Hanuman Chalisa.
Hanuman
just for
Chalisa.
context,
Yeah, Vidyavan, Guni Ati Chatur. And the next portion is more important. Ram kaj karibe ko atur. He is always eager to accomplish the task of Sri Ram. He is using his qualities, his virtues, not for himself. He is using for the work of Sri Ram. So, lot of temptations came to him when he is traveling from maybe Kishkindha to Lanka. Lot of temptation came, but he was not attracted by any of these. He always was so focused. He said whenever any temptation or any challenge came, he said, okay, I accept, but let me accomplish the work. Ram kaj kinhe binu mohi kaha vishram. I cannot rest till the work of Sri Ram is done perfectly.
That is dedication.
That is dedication, and that we have to learn in our life. We cannot be as expert and as perfect as Hanumanji. But whatever he has taught by his character, by his conduct, is very, very important for all of us. He teaches how to do selfless work. And I tell you, Roshan, when you read Ramayana either of Valmiki or Ramcharitmanas of Tulsidas, both poets have written one thing which touches my heart, and I always quote. Sri Ram says, O Hanuman, I cannot pay off the debts which I owe to you. And I never want to do that.
Why not?
I never want, because, very good question. Because when I say, you have helped me, and I say, okay, Roshan, I will also help you one day. I will pay off the debt. It means I want you to be in difficulty,
yes,
in adverse situation, then only I can help you. Sri Ram cannot even imagine that Hanuman will need me one day.
Okay, okay.
Such great adoration, such great respect Sri Ram has got for Hanuman. He has never used these words for any other person, not even for Lakshman, not even for Sita, not even for Bharat. He has used these words only for Hanuman, because whatever Hanuman has done, Hanuman was not a family member of Sri Ram. He met Sri Ram at a very later stage of his life.
He was a general in the army, because...
not even in the army, he was just one of the 5 ministers of Sugriv.
Yes.
He was very ordinary person when he was with Sugriv. He never knew that I have all these qualities. When he met Sri Ram, he was fully transformed.
I wanted to ask you, so many people say that Hanuman was transformed when he met
Sri Ram.
Can you tell us more about this?
He was, he was living with Sugriv, and Sugriv was a very timid person. He was so scared of his brother Bali, because, I don't go in detail the story because it will take time. So Bali took the kingdom because he was elder brother.
Of course.
In first instance, Sugriv took the kingdom of Bali for some misunderstanding. And then when Bali came to know, he took from Sugriv. So Sugriv is very scared. He is living only with 4 or 5 ministers in a hill, as if he has taken a shelter. So he was always scared that Bali will send his people and will kill me. So he is very fearful person.
Low profile. Fearful.
Low profile and very fearful person. So one day he is on hill with his minister, and Hanumanji is there, and he finds that 2 ascetics are traveling and coming towards this hill. So he is so scared, he thinks that these 2 ascetics are harmful. Maybe they have been sent by Bali to kill me.
Okay.
So he wants to find out the reality. So he tells Hanuman, go and find out who they are. And Hanumanji is not going as he is in his real form. He disguises himself. He takes the form of a Brahmin, of a Vipra, and he goes to find out who they are. And when he meets Sri Ram, then he is transformed. He's totally changed. So, and the real transformation comes, I want to tell you, the real transformation in Hanumanji comes at a later stage. He is transformed. He wants to do the work of Sri Ram. And it is Sri Ram who could recognize who will do my work. Because, you know, the whole army of Sugriv, because Sugriv came after the killing of Bali, then full-formed Sugriv becomes king. Whole Kishkinda's king he becomes. So at that time, the whole army is with him. He is very powerful now. So Sugriv is helping Sri Ram. He is sending his whole army in search of Sita. But it is the ring which Sri Ram had, he is giving only to Hanumanji. He didn't give that ring to anybody else. What does it mean? A real guru, a real master, a real leader knows who can do my work. So Sri Ram could know.
He had already identified Hanuman.
Identified Hanuman, that it will be Hanumanji.
You mentioned that Sri Hanuman was transformed when he met Sri Ram. But there was also a further transformation that happened after. Can you tell us a bit more about this?
Yeah, that is very interesting. When they have reached on the shore of the ocean and they have to cross Lanka, it was a very big challenge, very difficult task, because there was no bridge, there was no aeroplane, how to fly over. So everybody is sitting. Jamvant, who is the most elderly person, but he is very old, he doesn't have that much strength in his body. Angad is son of Bali, and now he is Yuvraj, means he will be, would be king after Sugriv. So he is there, he is also as powerful as Bali, his father, and then Hanumanji, and of course some more persons. So now they are deciding how to do the work, how to cross the ocean. So Jamvant is saying, I could have done if I was young, but now I have no that energy left. So Angad says, I can go, but I cannot come back. That much energy I don't have. So then they are looking at Hanumanji. It is Jamvant who knew that Hanuman can do. But Hanuman has forgotten, as if he does not know that I have that energy. He is sitting quietly, as if, you know, if this has to be done either by Jamvant or by Angad, I cannot do. He is sitting quietly. So Jamvant is reminding him of his capacity, of his qualities, of his capacity. He says, Ka chup sadhi rahau balwana. Why are you keeping quiet? You are buddhi, vivek vijnana nidhana. You are a treasure of intelligence, of strength, of spiritual wisdom. It is only you who can do. Still he is sitting quiet. He says, Ram kaj lagi tab avatara. Sunat bhayau parvata kara. He says, you have come on this earth to accomplish the work of Sri Ram. And the moment he listens this, he becomes like a mountain, so full of power. He takes a big form. So what I learned from this story, from this episode, sometimes we do not know what we are. We have the qualities. God has given qualities to everybody. No one is without a talent.
So we have also to be reminded that we have the qualities.
We have the qualities, and it is like Jamvant reminded him. And then immediately he is transformed. and then he never stops. Whole life dedicated to Sri Ram's work. Whatever challenges came, he encountered them so successfully. So in the same way, this is a lesson for the parents, for the teachers, for everybody who is elderly in the family. Sometimes a child does not know what he is worth, what is his worth, what he can do. At that time, the parents have to remind him. They have to boost the morale. That is very important.
So this is one of the things that is lacking nowadays, parents on encouraging.
I don't say lacking, but I say sometimes like it is duty of parents. They always have to boost the morale. They have to recognize what are qualities of my child, and even the teachers, because a lot of time teacher spends with the student. So the teacher knows what is the quality of my student, and if he reminds him, I think it can do wonder, as it has happened in the case of Hanumanji.
Can you tell us what is the role of Lakshman in the whole story?
Lakshman, such a big sacrifice. You know, it was only Sri Ram who was asked to go to exile.
Lakshman did not have to follow him.
No, not at all. There was no condition. Even Lakshman was not there when Sri Ram was called. So when Sri Ram comes, then from Kaikeyi's palace, and now he is preparing to go, because the same day he had to leave. He was not given time, 1-2 days. The same day he left, after a few hours. And Lakshman, the moment he came to know that my brother has to go to exile, he says, I will come with you. Sri Ram doesn't agree, but Lakshman says, no, bhai, I cannot leave you in this adverse situation. This is the responsibility. This is the duty of a brother.
Because Lakshman also knew that after 14 years that he had to come back
and
to become,
Sri Ram,
when Ram returns from the exile, he would become king after that?
Sri Ram would become king.
After 14 years.
After 14
years. So Lakshman
years.
also was aware that if Sri Ram was going on an exile, when he would come back, he would be the king also.
You know, I don't know what would have happened if Bharat had accepted the kingdom. Sri Ram would have never got the kingdom.
Okay.
The sacrifice of Bharat is so great. So all the 4 brothers are very great. All the 4 brothers, the sacrifice, the love, the understanding between the 4 makes Ramayana. If Bharat, because you know, Kaikeyi had asked the kingdom for her son Bharat, and if Bharat had accepted the kingdom, there was no question for Sri Ram to become the king.
Surely.
And Lakshman does not, at that time, no one knew. Sri Ram knows, I'm going for 14 years. What will happen after 14 years? Who knows what is going to happen after 14 years? If I will come back safe and sound.
Lakshman was also known for his short-tempered, right?
He was not short-tempered, but he
Well, this is how he has been depicted in the books.
No, what I mean short-tempered means he was very easily...
he was a very reactive personality.
Yeah, reactive means if anything happens to Sri Ram, he will not accept.
Okay.
If anyone says anything negative about Sri Ram, he is not going to accept. Never it happened that Lakshman got angry for himself. Whenever someone said something to Sri Ram, Lakshman will not accept. Like when Parshuram says, why have you broken the bow of Bhagwan Shiv? Lakshman got angry. When Janak says that I feel there is no brave person on the earth who can take the challenge of, lifting that bow. Lakshman is angry that my brother is here and you are saying such words. So, you know, Lakshman never got angry for himself.
Okay.
But he loved Sri Ram so much. He can't bear anyone saying anything.
That's why also he followed Sri Ram during the exile.
He followed, yeah. He
Well,
followed.
you know what? Time just flies. We said that we would have a second episode to talk more, but it seems that is not enough still.
Not enough. It
But
is such a big book. It is such a great book. And
that's a good thing, so that I can have you again in some time, so that we can talk a little bit more about
Thank you.
the Ramayana. So thank you very much for sharing so much with us, and keep sharing the knowledge of Ramayana, either at a personal level or at the center also with the courses for adults and children also. Well, I wish you all the best going forward.
thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the end of this episode of Encounter. It was a pleasure learning more about the Ramayana. If you have any questions, queries, drop an email. It's encounter@mbc.itnet.mu. Until the next program, goodbye.